There you go, friends. Well, it's one warm day. That's all I can say. And from what I understand today, the heat today is greasy kid stuff compared to what's coming. The next couple of days, I guess we've got basically a heat wave coming through the Great Garden State. I saw a possibility of temperatures around 102. That's getting up there. That's getting up there. Not as bad as when I lived down in the Carolinas. 102 would not necessarily be the worst temperature ever. In fact, if the temperature would go down in the summer to 102, most of the Tar Heels would feel a little relieved. Oh, God, it's finally cooled off. Now up here in Jersey, we're thinking, oh my God, we're going to die. Well, you probably won't. The big thing with when it's hot, it might not be a good idea to run the marathon. Yeah, especially if you're up there in age. It might be a good idea to not overdress the baby or the kids. Light clothes, light colored clothes too. Maybe shorts. Keep them in the shade so they don't get sunburned. Maybe there's a pool, have them play in the pool. Yeah, that kind of thing. Soak them down every now and then. Maybe get them some water pistols. They can shoot each other with water pistols. Tell them not to squirt each other in the eyes or anything, but you get the idea. Anything where a little cool water is involved, good. You kind of want to cool it on the coffee, although iced coffee is pretty good. Booze will make you hotter. Well, it will. Sorry to say, but yeah. Big thing to do is water. And that water will go in your tummy and come out your pores. At that point, commonly referred to as sweat. And there you are. Kind of just rinse yourself down with cool compresses. Find spots where you know you have a pulse. I mean, you obviously know you have where your various pulse points are. You can put some cold, wrap some ice up in a washcloth or something. Put them on your wrist. That'll help cool. Around your neck, right? Yeah. There's you can look it up on. I'm sure on the web. There's all sorts of ways on how to keep yourself a little cooler. I know I'm not the only one. But having lived down south in the Carolinas, in the flatlands, that first summer, oh my God, I didn't know what hit me. And the Tar Heels were having just the best time. I mean, they took me in as far as being okay, even if I am a Yankee. They took me into their hearts, but they loved watching me darn near croak from the heat when the heat finally came. But then they were also very quick to show me all the different pointers. Again, the big thing was maybe an ice cold beer, maybe, but don't be drinking any hard liquor. Ice cream. You might want to have a little ice cream. Loose clothing, short sleeves, sunscreen, and there was different spots on your cold compress, like on your neck or in your armpits, in your groin, down around your ankles. That all helps. And the cooler you can keep yourself, the better. And it's probably not a night to necessarily put on a fire suit, a heat retardant auto driver's driving suit, and go out for 20 laps on the stock car course. Probably not a good idea. I did see drivers, and many of them were Southerners, would go out on a 25 lap race, and they'd be they somewhere in the pits after the race, they just down, and we'd have to go get them. They heat fatigue and heat stroke and stuff. We didn't want to see heat stroke. That's pretty bad. But heat fatigue, we'd have to ice them down and get them to the hospital where they could cut them out of that fire suit, or their driving. I guess their driving suit, and get them out of that. And you'd be surprised how much sweat came off those guys. Oh, and they had just dehydrated. So yeah, you want to watch on all that stuff. And the best thing is, sit around a bit. I don't know, maybe find a record or two about living in the South, maybe my old Kentucky home. You just sit there and I wouldn't have the mint julep. No, I might be a bad idea. But a nice iced tea, oh yeah, iced coffee, hubba hubba, or just plain old ice water, sure does help. Okay, and just figure you're going to sweat like a pig. That's what the water's for. Yeah, you just water dilutes that sweat. Pretty soon, all that baloney's evaporating off you, and you cool down. There you go. But again, I running laps, probably working in a steel mill. Probably not. You get the idea. Okay, I'll see you later. Stay cool. Oh, you're already pretty cool, aren't you? I know. You'll be fine. And what, I think tomorrow 108? Yeah, well, I've seen hotter down south, but it's 108's getting up there. For those of us in Jersey, that's going to be a challenge. Okay. See ya. God bless. Bye now.